All right, hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of That's All Kayfabe with my buddy Gabe here. Episode 3. How's everyone doing?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Usual. It's this week has been a long fucking week, but I'm over here like trying not to throw up before the podcast. Like,
That's
but
what the podcast does to me too. I listen to myself,
what about you, man? What's going on?
just chilling, trying to keep the flies out of my room. You know how
Be
it
like
is
that.
living on the farm,
It's December already, bro. They should all be fucking dead by now.
dude. Dude, those and they're like usually those flies that have like the green eyes, so they take like 2 hits instead of one.
Also, they talk to you telepathically, so it's kind of harder
Yeah.
to kill them. Yeah, those are scary.
They're like the Metal Gear Solid villain that you got to plug your controller into
Is it
port
Psycho
2.
Mantis?
Yeah.
Psycho Mantis.
They read your mind and you try to swat them and they know where you're going
Sonic Heroes. Oh, you haven't played that in a long time. Whoa, how does he know that?
to fucking throw this console away. This is witchcraft.
You set your PS2 on fire. You're like, oh, it's not starting, so you light a Bible on fire underneath it. That's
So
better.
yeah, that's the only way to start a fire. That's why I have them around. They're the perfect way to start a fire. The Bible. The most flammable piece of literature known to man.
Sometimes they just start a fire by themselves, man. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't use them more in death matches. With the Book of Hobbs. Nah, we're. I know we're here today to talk about. We're gonna start with the Ring of Honor controversy and Bischoff, but I wanted to show this picture to you that came out yesterday, just real quick, because I know last time, on the last episode of That's All Kayfabe, we talked about this stuff. Look at AJ Styles.
That's fucking nuts. Man, it's like we could have put him on the list last week, but it's like even when he showed up, he wasn't even in bad shape. But how is he so fucking jacked?
Dude, that's scary. He looks fucking scary, Jack. Like a on the opposite spectrum of unhealthily, like Liver King, you know? Like
You know, it's like it looks like he listens to a lot of Machine Gun Kelly now, man. Like it's good for him. Nah, but in all
no.
serious though, that's incredible shape, man.
And look
Jesus
at
Christ.
Randy Orton just checking him out like, God damn, bro, I thought
I know
I fucking came
he's just
back.
like just biting his lip.
He's just all, I'm slithering. Oh, I'm a snake. I'm
I'm a
slithering like a
little snake. I'm a
snake. I'm a
snake.
snake. No, but I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I just wanted to show that
It's
because I was
like,
like,
Randy, what
dang.
incarnation are you doing? I don't know. He's from like Georgia or something, right?
No,
Mixed
we're just gonna talk.
incarnation up there.
We're just gonna talk for an hour about AJ Styles' body. No, wanted to go to our first topic. We had Eric Bischoff on the status of Ring of Honor, which I had seen the video of him on his podcast, 83 Weeks. Have you heard
Mhm.
of it? 83 Weeks?
I heard of it, but I should really get into it. I heard is it good? Is it a good
It's all
podcast?
right. It's okay. It's
It's just is it kind of like Grandpa Simpson, old man yells at cloud, kind of.
no, I think that's more Jim Cornette, but
Oh, there's more Jim Cornette.
yeah, Jim Cornette's a lot more like that. But this was from 83 Weeks. He's saying Eric Bischoff on the status of Ring of Honor. It was a bad decision to buy it in the first place, and there's nothing anybody's going to do to make it interesting or important outside of the hardest of hardcore internet wrestling community fans. There's no solution. If it were a horse, I'd put it out of its misery and move on. Take the resources that are going into Ring of Honor, which were never going to be viable, and put it into AEW. And he goes on to say, putting Brian Danielson and other people that are like higher up on AEW is kind of diluting their characters from AEW. What do you think about that?
uh, I don't know about diluting their characters. Honestly, I feel like the main problem with this whole situation is just bad promoting. Do you think?
Yeah, or at least like advertisement like shit because like we were talking
Yeah.
about there was a Ring of Honor pay-per-view yesterday or as of recording, I'm sorry, it was on Friday
hmm
and we had no idea. Like I'm like, what the fuck? There's a pay-per-view?
Yeah,
Like,
you had texted me that, and like I was already getting my notes down for today or for this recording, and you told me it was like, "Hey, I don't know if you know, but there's a Ring of Honor pay per view tonight." I was like, "No, you sure?" And sure enough, it's like, yeah, there's a pay per view, and it's a fucking stacked card, you know.
yeah. No, we
Um,
could take a look at that. It's just I had no idea at all. Like I don't know where they promote it,
mhm,
and they were even saying on this podcast here when I was listening to it, just that excerpt that as of like a week before or something of the pay per view, they had only sold like 1,000 tickets to it. I don't know how many.
really,
Yeah, I don't know how many people the venue holds, but that doesn't sound like a lot for a pay per view when you got FTR, uh, the fucking what is it? The Blackpool Combat Club minus
yeah,
minus what's
yeah.
his name? Wheeler. I don't know.
Willie Yuta, he's just like, yay.
I just like being a part of it. But yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
here
know
to
what
have fun.
I don't know what it was that yeah, where they were advertising this or where you even really watch Ring of Honor other than like Fight TV or something, I never hear about it.
I know when you had mentioned it last night, I was trying to find a live stream of it, or to see where I was able to find it. The only way you could see it, I believe it was on Honor Club, like their personal like streaming service.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
if I if I'm correct, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it said the fucking price for it was like $8 a month or something like that. And when they were doing the 0 hour, the pre-show, they were doing a lot of promotion about Honor Club. Get like you get 2,500 hours of all this stuff for free or for so much money a month. And just me personally, I already have too many streaming services. I don't know if I
Dude,
would keep up with it.
for
If it was,
real.
like you said, if it was just like on Bleacher Report and they don't charge the same price as like an AEW pay per view, maybe I would try to buy it. But it all leads again to just like the bad promotion of it. Like Tony Khan is doing. I feel like they do a good job promoting like Dynamite and promoting their next pay per view. But even sometimes that gets a little bit lost in the mix. But with Ring of Honor, it's just a whole different story. Like it's good. I feel like it's good that their production is up. They have like the bigger stages and better camera
Mhm.
angles, and they try to stream it to a bigger platform. But that's the thing is they need to try to do a better job streaming it to a bigger platform.
Yeah, no, if you have it to where you got to jump through all these hoops to watch it, the regular population is going to be like it's not worth it. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, AEW, oh, it's right after whatever Transformers on TNT or TBS. I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? It's there.
Yeah.
And in between another Transformers movie or whatever, I'll watch the 2 hours.
Yeah,
But
I'll take a 1 hour piss break.
I'll watch Big Bang. I love Big Bang Theory. I'll watch fucking wrestling right
Bazinga!
after it.
Bazinga!
Hilarious. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, I love you, Richard.
That's just hilarious. That's just
He's just
hilarious.
there, like, just doing something else. Ah!
Man, Richard's great. Richard's
Shout out to Richard.
yeah, he's the best worker in the business.
Oh
Richard.
man, but he has to
I
be
hope he
careful.
outlives Ric Flair.
He has to be careful not to work himself into a shoot.
Oh dude, yeah, he's always right there like, "You want to work? You want to shoot, brother? You want is it what? You want to shoot?"
He's like, wait a minute, is this a bit? Uh, are we bidding right now? Yeah,
We'll
but
look
go
at
go.
yeah, we'll
Uh,
look at the results for Ring of Honor. Final Battle, that's what the pay-per-view was called.
yes.
Yesterday. Yeah, I had no idea again. pretty cool visuals. I don't know what's up with the eyes being like that for
Yeah,
every.
I don't know, but when they showed the graphics card, I thought that was a neat touch up. Something a little different.
I just think they all look like heels. Like, are they all bad guys in this? But
Yeah, yeah, I can see what you mean.
yeah, at least the other one, it's like the blue lightning and then the red lightning. I don't know.
Uh huh.
Uh, but first in the opening match, we had Taya Valkyrie versus Jasmine Allure, and I think that was at 0 hour. And
Mm-hmm.
Taya Valkyrie won, which that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
The Von Erichs versus the Outrunners. So they had, I guess, the older dudes face some jobber team, and everyone just had fun watching them
Yeah.
wrestle.
Isn't there only one Von Erich alive?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I
Marshall
think
and
there's
Ross
only
Von
there's
Erich.
only one. I think like the entire family died except for Kevin, and he was the one that showed up like last night. Oh my god, that's another thing I'll bring up after we talk about this. But
And he's like the weakest one, right? He's like the run to the family or something.
dude, I honestly don't know, man. That whole story is all fucked up. It's
Yeah, it is
sad.
pretty fucked up. It is
It's
fucked
like
up.
I can't even joke about that. It makes me sad.
It's just bad luck. It's just bad luck.
It really is.
The next match, Brian Keith versus Jack Cartwheel. I don't know who these people are.
I know they're
Uh
saying that the guy Brian Keith he came out to Still Tipping by Paul Wall, Slim
oh,
Thug,
that's
and Mike
cool.
Jones. Yeah, I was
I'm a
like, that's
real
pretty fucking cool.
I'm a huge fan of Paul Wall. Did you ever play Def Jam Icon for the Xbox 360?
I only played Def Jam Fight for New York. That was the one I
That
played.
that was the better one I hear critically, but in Def Jam Icon you had Paul Wall, and I always picked him when I'd play online because he had really good reversal stats. Like
Uh-huh.
he could counter people real
Oh,
well for
he,
some
he was a
reason.
slithery little snake.
He
He
was
was a slithery little snake.
he was broken. He was a broken character, so I would just beat the shit out of people with Paul Wall. Like, dude, not even they'd rage quit all round. You like fuck this
It's
shit.
so funny, man. This one right here, this is the match that I caught when I found out there was a pay per view.
The Daniel
Uh,
Garcia versus or Black
oh wait,
Christian.
that's supposed to say
Blake?
Blake.
Oh, it is say
Yeah,
Blake. Oh my
yeah,
god,
it's Blake
Jesus
Christian.
Christ.
I was
Having
like,
a stroke.
I don't know if I can really say that first batch of words up there. You're like Daniel Garcia? Oh,
I think it says I think it says ginger. But I'm dyslexic. But yeah, they where was that one? I know you sent me a spot, a brainbuster spot. Who was it the match for that?
oh, that was the survival of the fittest match. That's the 6 man match, not the tag team, but
Oh,
it's in the
okay.
middle of the card. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
This match right here was the one I wanted to fucking see, and I got so mad because I was trying to find a live stream. I could not find it. That shows me it's like I didn't want to pay for it. I'm so sorry. I'll speak it out to existence.
Well, we
But
don't even know how much it was because there was no like
yeah,
advertisement for it. Like I had no
yeah.
idea.
But I was hoping this match. It's these two dudes are so incredibly talented. I thought this match would not even be the opener, like put him in the middle of the card or like before the main event.
Uh
And I got so upset because you see the highlights and man, it's fucking amazing. Like they're
huh.
the spots they do, it's crazy. Like especially Vikingo, and then for Black Taurus, a man of his size, to be doing that many flips at that speed, it's incredible, man. It's
I
so
thought it was
crazy.
Blake Taurus. They just messed up the name again.
Just like just like
Yeah,
they're trying to like it like that.
they got the oldest dude typing this shit up, like Coraline's dad from fucking
All miserable shit
Coraline.
is like
Yeah. So that was El Hijo del Vikingo, which is roughly translated into the son of the Viking, I believe, versus
huh,
Black Taurus,
which is
and
Black Taurus.
yeah, which is Blake Taurus translated to,
Into
and
English.
Vikingo one, Vikingo. So
And
yeah, that
can you read that first little dot right there under notable moments. I read this
Oh,
earlier. I couldn't stop fucking laughing.
legend has it Taurus is the illegitimate son of Mantar. Is that what was established in the show
I
somehow?
don't. I was reading some of these fucking notes, and I'm like, man, do people get paid to write this shit? I could write this shit, man. I was so upset. I'm like,
People
this
do
is so
get paid
stupid.
to write this shit. That's crazy.
There's another note later. I'll point it out to you where it just made me roll my fucking eyes. There's two of them, if I remember. But yes, that was a match that I did want to see.
And this
Uh,
is Mogul Embassy versus TMDK for the Ring of Honor 6-man titles.
yeah, good for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that.
a
So what happens there? Mogul Embassy defeated them. Okay.
yeah, Mogul Embassy. Don't really the only person I know was Brian Cage. Out of the whole yeah, Brian Cage. He's the only one I know out of the whole group. The one on the far left.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that is that Big Bill or is that someone different?
it
Different,
is
right?
not. It looks like him. So in the Mogul Embassy, I know you can read it on there, but it says it's Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona
Yeah, yeah.
versus TMDK, which consists of Tokai Fujita, Mikey Nick, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Hustle or Hassel.
Here it says
Shane
Shane
Hassel.
Haste. I don't know who's writing these names.
Wait,
Yeah.
did I fuck that up, man? I think that's probably gonna be. Oh wait, I'm the one writing this shit. Oh
I bet you
no,
I bet you
I
you
put my
wrote it.
Christian.
I bet you wrote it and they're correcting it, like editing it as they go every fucking day when they find something wrong with it.
Where did I read fucking Hassel? Oh my god, Shane Haste. That makes more sense. I'm sorry, Shane Haste. It's not your fault. I'm just a little retarded. I can say that, right?
And print yeah, you can see that. Of course. Cuz it's true. And
Get him, boys.
Prince Prince Nana was there not dancing enough. That's what it says
Is that what
here.
they said? Oh man.
Prince Nana was there with his clients, but he wasn't doing nearly as much dancing since Swerve Strickland wasn't around. He danced a bit though. He can't help it.
Oh, Prince
That's what it says.
Nana, you scoundrel, you dirty
Uh,
dog.
you you haberdashery and
I mean this,
rapscallion.
and then this one, Tony Nese versus Ethan Page. They said this one was billed as an I Quit match, and yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, good
Those
for
are
them. And then that one, Ethan Page got the win over Tony Nese, and
I know these names. I just like I couldn't like picture them in my head.
like promoting it, you know.
Yeah.
Like fuck, give me something to go off of. That's the one thing that irks me about this whole shit. Like it's a bunch of talented wrestlers, like I said, but
Hmm.
man, the promoting bites them in the ass in the end.
And then I feel like there's a lot of Tonys in AEW and Ring of Honor. There's a lot of Ethans. There's a lot of Pages. So you gotta like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
Oh, there's a
no
lot of Lees too. I don't know if you know that. I made a note about that because
there's a
what
lot of
match was
broken
this?
knees.
Okay, in the 6 man match, we'll get to it because there's a Lee Johnson, a Lee Moriarty, and then there's Keith Lee. Don't forget Keith Lee.
Jesus Christ, dude!
Uh
It's
huh.
just how do you keep up with these if they're like, they're different people, of course. They're different, way different talents, but all their names sound the same. It's
Yeah,
like
it's with the cork board from It's Always Sunny, where it's actually like connecting everything. It's Charlie Day fucking freaking out. Like,
everyone's related. Everyone's connected. And then here was a match: Nyla Rose versus Vert Vixen, which I like Vert Vixen. I've seen her on that Defy Wrestling,
mhm.
and she's pretty cool. She's like got a gamer type gimmick where she's like a
uh,
gamer chick.
this is the first time I've heard of her. I know Nyla Rose, but Vert Vixen, this is the first time I've heard her. But she's pretty good.
Yeah, I think she's good, but she does a lot of like the jobs for
Oh,
whenever she's on like AEW Dark or whatever and shit like that. You could tell she's doing the job, but I know she was like the Defy champion, and the last time I saw a pay per view with them, but it was like free.
Hmm.
Uh, she faced Billy Starks, and she won that match for the belt.
I know Billy Starks, but she's pretty good. Billy
Yeah,
Starks, I
yeah.
know that. Yeah.
For her age, she's pretty good. I'll say. Like, I don't know. I didn't bring up the video, but did you see when she like dragon suplex or German suplex? What's her name? Fucking from UFC.
Ronda Rousey. Oh, on her
Yeah,
neck, right? And
yeah,
she
yeah,
fucking
like
pulled.
right on
Yeah,
her neck,
that
and I
was
was like,
Billy Starks, or was
that
that
was
her
Billy
fixing?
Starks. It was
Wow,
Billy
good for
Starks who did
her,
that.
man. Good for her, man. Fuck Ronda Rousey.
And here we had, I know you're talking about this match, these names: Castle versus Johnson versus Moriarty versus Fletcher
Yeah.
versus
So, so
Commander versus Keith.
yeah. So that match from the 0 hour where it was like, I was gonna say Toby Keith, the Keith something that I said he came out to still tipping.
Uh huh.
So the winner of that match got a spot in this match. So the guy Keith, he ended up getting the sixth spot. So the full names, it's Dalton Castle, uh,
Lee
Lee
Moriarty,
Johnson, Lee
Lee Johnson,
Moriarty. There you go. Kyle Fletcher, Commander, and then I should have wrote his fucking name down
and
here.
then
The
create a character. Your create a
Vacant.
character. Begin.
So with this one, I know four of them. I know Dalton Castle, Commander, Kyle Fletcher, and Lee Moriarty.
I like Dalton
And
Castle. Dalton Castle's
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, I like his character. I just love
Yeah,
how flamboyant he is and how
yeah,
out of pocket he is. It cracks me up every time.
yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, so I assume this match is like you start off with two in the ring, if I'm correct, and they tag out.
Yeah, it says the match had a unique setup. Two men were legal, and the other four stood on the apron, available to be tagged in. It was single elimination, so no matter who spent the most time in the ring, it was the last survivor who left the spot. Okay, so it was like a process of elimination type thing instead
Kind
of,
of like eliminate, not elimination chamber, but like, elimination style.
yeah. So it
Okay.
wasn't like whoever got the first pin fucking
Yeah.
won. Yeah, I don't like that shit. But so Kyle Fletcher defeated five men. So Kyle Fletcher won. Hey, who's that? Okay.
Yeah, that good for him. Good for him.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
this is the match with that spot with the brain buster on the turnbuckle.
Yeah, let me pull up that spot right here.
Yeah, that shit blew my fucking mind. Okay. Oh, God damn.
And that guy sold it like real nice. I don't know if it hurt that bad, but he sold it real fucking nice.
It's crazy because Sami Zayn, or when he was El Generico, that was one of his finishers.
Really?
Like the brain buster on the fucking top turnbuckle. It never looks safe. I think this is the fucking safest I've ever seen it look. Because you'll see shit where it's like they bounce off the turnbuckle and then they fucking fly outside the ring, or they hit the apron, or they hit the
Yeah.
the posta right there. Like it just looks really fucked up, man. I mean,
Yeah,
this looks devastating, but it's like it looks
it
like he
looks
spreads
safe
the impact like on all his
on his
shoulders,
own,
like
yeah,
spreading
on
his
his own
arms.
arm. Yeah, and then the shoulders. So yeah, this actually looked real safe.
And yeah, there
Uh,
was another spot where I think it was them too in the last final two that Fletcher and Commander, fucking Commander does a tightrope spot. He's walking on the rope, stops halfway, and he's like bouncing for like a legit 5 fucking seconds. Jumps off and does a fucking 450 splash onto the apron where Fletcher was just laying like that, like waiting to take it. How the fuck? That's nuts, man. Like I really have no words to explain it. I saw the highlights on Twitter, and when I see shit like that, I was like, man, dude, maybe I should have looked for it, or like that looks
uh
badass. I would have bought this, like
yeah, no, the highlights are highlights, but then when you go to the whole, like as a whole, it's like, man, it just had like one or two cool spots. That was it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I think by the time we get to the end of this, it kind of has like the AEW effect where it's just like fuck, it's just a lot of matches
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spread out like X amount of time. You
It's
know,
all quantity. It's all quantity over quality. If you want to like
like
go,
oh, that was a great match. Let's go ahead and let's start with the next match. Here's the promo video. Let's get started. And like they only have X amount of time. They don't have a fucking break in between matches. Like let the fans catch their breath or just don't have that many matches on the card.
that
But
too.
this,
It's always like it tires everyone out because they're
mhm,
just waiting for spots, and it like like how you were saying about diluting it, like all the spots over enthusiasm everyone, and you're like exhausted.
yeah, it's but that this match alone is pay per view worthy. I thought it was.
And then we had, oh look, there was Wheeler Yuta versus Tom Lawler, the pure championship.
Good for them. Good for
Filthy,
them.
filthy Tom Lawler. I apologize. I was dead naming him. Filthy Tom Lawler.
And that was Lawler with an E. So I made that
Lawler.
correction on my fucking notes. Yeah, Lawler. I know I had a
We
stroke for a little bit.
Wheeler Yuta defeated him, and that's why I feel like Wheeler Yuta's like kind of like a Orange Cassidy character to Tony Khan. Like he loves him so much, he keeps letting him win. He wants to like put him over to the audience.
Like every time Tony Khan comes into the building, fucking Willie Yuta sitting on his shoulders. Like, Dad, I want to go that way. He's like, no, son, I gotta go to work. But Dad, we'll go over there later. And then
We'll see. We'll see.
it's like
You always say we'll see.
if you behave, I'll give you a spot on the card. Okay. And then he's just looking like a giant lollipop,
Yeah.
like the fucking giant ones.
Can I have a belt too? Yeah, we'll give you the Ring of Honor one. That one's the one that doesn't matter.
Yay, you're letting me be myself.
That's the controller that's unplugged while you're playing a game.
God
Your
damn it.
player too. So this was Shane Taylor versus Keith Lee, another Lee. How many Lees did you say were on here? Like we have a
Uh,
Lee counter going at 18.
we gotta do it. Fucking what is it? Pee Wee's Playhouse, where it's like a secret word, and it's
That's a secret
Lee.
word.
Ah, it's Lee. Ah.
Yeah, no, I still like Keith Lee. I remember you were the one who told me about him at first when he was like NXT, and then I think when he came to WWE, and then who did he beat? Like Randy Orton clean,
Mm-hmm.
and then he like disappeared, and then they let him go, and then he went to AEW, and I was like, okay, hopefully he can do stuff there, and he's just kind of like
Just
get
chilling.
he's just getting his gray hair going, like that's it. Like I don't
I
know.
know, man. He's another. He's been one of my favorites for a long time. NXT, he had a fucking banger of a theme, dude. This shit was so hard. I love this theme, and then when he went to the main roster, they fucking dumbed it down a little bit. It was kind of upsetting.
He was even mad about it, right, on Twitter, and that
Yeah, he was like, that's out of my control. Or he was using his Harvard dictionary words.
yeah, his his fucking Fraser accent. Uh, what else was I gonna say about Keith Lee? There's no, I completely forgot my train of thought.
Ah,
He's a
shit, my
he's
bad.
a big he's a big dude. I know, I don't know.
There you go. That's it. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
This is.
He's
I wrote on my notes: big meaty men slapping meat. That's a reason why I wanted to see this one.
okay.
Yeah,
Keith
but
Keith Lee won. That's good.
yay!
No, he's I don't know. I feel like he deserves more, but I don't know. There's just so many people again like on this card and on AEW in general.
I'm saying I don't know how much time they're given for most of these matches. I would just hope it's a. I don't know. I'd like everyone gets a fair amount of time, but then it gets to the point where it's just like overwhelmingly long. You're like, man, what time is it? I feel like when it gets to the point you keep on asking what time it is, you're getting bored. You want the shit
Y-
to finish.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's I don't know. I get they want to give you like your money's worth, like oh, for $40, $50 pay per view, but yeah, it's a point where it's like, dude, this is like 5, 6 hours. Like it's already gonna be midnight. It started at
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Not to cut you off, but one of my friends, Jacob, shout out to Jacob. I remember he tells me that how like people who like boxing or like MMA, they're like, oh, what do you watch wrestling? Like, fake shit, whatever, blah blah blah. But he says, well, at least when I buy a pay per view, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm getting like the 3 hours. Where as far as like UFC or boxing, it can end within like 5 minutes, and they have to stretch that shit out with nothing but interviews. But I'm like, that makes sense, and it's like I feel like as far as like WWE, they have a better, keeping the cards short, keeping it to the point. Oh, that pay per view was 3.5 hours. Fuck yeah, that's good. And then there was like the AEW pay per views recently, and it's like, fuck, dude, this is going on for 4 hours already. There's 3 more matches, and then
Yeah.
the main event's probably gonna be like a fucking 33-minute long match, knowing
Hmm.
them.
And yeah, like it makes you unexcited for the main event. Like you just kind of wish it would go backwards or something. Like
Yeah, yeah, and
the
it's
way
it sucks because
it's
it's
yeah.
like the main event for most of these pay per views. It's like it's a good story leading up to it, but it sucks because it's so dragged out that by the time it gets to it, I'm just like, oh yeah, here we go, finally. Finally, it's here. Just fucking take off the Young Bucks. They've been on every fucking pay per view. You don't need them, bro. Like, fuck them.
Uh-huh. Take out some of these, like the 6 man, 3 man. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Like
Speaking of
this,
6 men,
yeah. Speaking of six burly men, FTR and Mark Briscoe versus Blackpool Combat Club. And I mean, that's cool that they're on the card, but yeah, this is like a AEW match. Why are they
yeah,
over here?
that I think with this one, it was in the notes. It restarted the match and it went to anything goes.
Really? The fight. Okay,
Yes.
some hand slaps. Both teams matches. I don't see anything about it going to.
Action packed,
Oh no!
respect.
Both teams brawled near the stage till the ref declared a double countout. But
There you go.
Mark got on the mic and told the ref to start the match again without countouts or DQs.
And he goes, everything goes. And then he drops the mic and does a fucking flip off the stage. And it's like, hell yeah, dude.
Why
That's
does he
fucking
have the
cool.
authority to do that?
Yeah, man. Tony's just there like, oh my god. It's like, it's like, Mark, what the fuck are you doing, man?
He's
You're
like,
short of
"Oh my
time.
god, that's genius!" And then just fucking.
Why did I think of that? And so, sir, how about it's like it's 5 2. Sir, how about we restart the match? No, that's a terrible idea. How about this? We restart the match. I just okay.
Perfect, perfect. You're a genius.
Doctor Octopus.
Well, FTR and Mark Briscoe defeat the Blackpool Combat Club, so that's
Wait,
cool, I guess. I don't
there was
know.
a note here. It's kind of funny how Danielson and Vikingo have similar hairstyles now. My guy, I could be writing this shit. I could
it's
do this,
it's
man.
kind of funny.
I know. I was laughing, but I'm like, fuck, dude. People get paid thousands of dollars to write articles like this. Man, a
Yeah.
Bleacher Report. Like,
Uh huh.
fuck.
Very well esteemed site. Very well,
Oh
or
my
very
god.
high esteemed. And then here, Eddie Kingston versus Anthony Henry. I have no idea who Anthony Henry is.
I know you're saying I don't know who Eddie Kingston is.
No, I know Eddie Kingston. No, I know who he is.
Kutakite.
He's always taking off his shirt and slapping people, and then sitting down all fat and tired, and then just complaining about things.
And so, like, I saw this during the pre-show that Tony Khan just being fucking like I don't know, looking like he's coked out of his mind. Like, oh, tonight is gonna be we have the best wrestlers in the world, man. We have the best wrestlers in the world. And then Kingston just shows up. He's all, "Hey, I don't got a match on the card. What's my match?" You know, he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
well, you have a match in the tournament on AEW Collision tomorrow night." Like promoting fucking AEW. Like if that needs any help with anything, and
yeah.
then Keeks is just like, "No, I need a match tonight. Like I'm the champion. Like I'm a double champion." And then this guy Anthony Henry shows up. "Oh, I'll give you a match. All right, I'll see you out there." That's how this match got built up.
And I know this is storyline, but it sounds like it could just be legit happening. Like it's really like that,
I
like on the
know.
fly, like
Yeah,
that. You know.
there you go. It says for an impromptu match with no real storyline, this ended up being better than expected.
That's not good to point that out. That oh, it had no storyline, but it was better than expected. Whereas all these other
Yeah,
matches had build and
yeah, and
were
it's like I understand, like that's like Eddie Kingston's your fucking champion. You want him to be on the show, but are you really just gonna have him build up like that? Just like, oh, okay, hey, Anthony, you busy?
nah, man, I'm good.
He's just there catering, like, ooh.
Yeah,
Like, what
you
the fuck?
got your tights? Yeah, I got my tights. All right, let's
I always
go.
got my tights. Who doesn't have their tights? If you don't got your tights with you all the time, you ain't a real wrestler.
And Eddie Kingston's like, I can wrestle in anything.
I know,
I'll
and Tony's
wrestle
like,
in.
Eddie, let go of me, Eddie.
I'll
He's
run
just shaking the fuck out of
basketball shorts and shit. Here's a notable moment observation. It's weird seeing Eddie Kingston without his titles.
Fuck, man.
Awesome. Very good to know. Very good to know.
I feel like I'm getting so upset about these. Oh my god.
Athena versus Billy Starks for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. And I mean, this actually had kind of built to it. I know I've been seeing like YouTube clips of them being like Athena was a heel. She was training Billy Starks to be like a minion in training or a heel with her.
Hmm.
And then eventually Billy Starks turns on her, wants the title shot, and yeah, I think Athena won, which I mean,
Yes.
they're pretty good here. I didn't like Athena in AEW, but in Ring of Honor, I like what she's doing. I think she's doing like pretty well there.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Athena when she was in NXT as what was it, Ember Moon, right? Ember Moon, was that her?
Uh, I think so. I think
Yeah,
so.
I've always been a fan of her. Like she was one of the better talent there at the time. But I think here, as far as as far as like her being sent to Ring of Honor, like she's doing some of the best work she's ever done, especially like as a heel. I was surprised that this match was the main event. I mean, rightfully so. I would totally understand too. And some of the highlights, well, the clips I saw on Twitter, like it just like really like hard hitting, you know. And Billy
Yeah,
Starks was taking like the brunt of it too, dude.
yeah, she could take a bump. I've seen her like in those those outlaw mud shows, taking rowdy bumps from dudes.
I know,
So it
dude.
looks
It's
like
so
she could take a
crazy.
beating.
Let me
Oh, and there
see.
was there a main event? Was that the main event?
That was the main event, the women's match.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's good. That's
yeah.
good.
And
Hey.
so, what do you think? Do you think this was a pay per view? Like, it's okay to miss,
Yeah.
or you think so?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Well, guys, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. I think so. Like, yeah, there's a few matches and you're like, "Oh, if you're really into the Blackpool Combat Club and fucking Mark Briscoe and FTR, yeah, I could see you wanting to watch it but not actually buy the whole pay-per-view for it, you know?"
uh-huh. It's it just goes back to bad promoting, like
Yeah.
for Ring of Honor, man. I I would love to have seen this pay per view, like after seeing the results, because it's like fuck, man, that sounds good. Like I should have bought it, whatever. But my thing is, I don't think it taints like how Bischoff says, um, taking the talent from AEW, like the Blackpool Combat Club, putting them on Ring of Honor, taints their reputation or their character, whatever he said. I
Mhm.
don't think it does that, but like promote it on other channels, like say, oh, with our main event, Athena versus Billy Starks, also see our 6-man tag with AEW's Blackpool Combat Club. Say like 80 stars from this company are going to be here. So maybe whoever just watches, wrestling on any other channel would be like, oh, well, that sounds like a big deal. And then they'll tune in,
Yeah,
Because
no, definitely.
I feel like the only time they do promotion of it is when uh, it's on AEW's time. when it's on Rampage, when it's on Dynamite, when it's on. Oh wait, do they still have Rampage? No, right?
Yeah, I think didn't they? I think they do. They still
I
have
don't
Rampage
know.
on Fridays.
It's
On
just
Fridays.
it's just so much, man. Yeah, it's they like they only promote it like on those times or those channels, so you're still only pertaining to like what Bishop says, the hardcore fans, which is
Yeah,
good for a certain extent. But you want your company to grow, like you want it to bring in more revenue, more money. Like
new
you just
fans.
yeah, exactly to build
Yeah,
up, and it sucks like when you have these two companies. And I think what they do is they'll record an AEW show, then right after they show Ring of Honor, but then right after the AEW show, fucking almost half the crowd leaves.
yeah.
So
They
you
don't
see
want to see
people,
the B show.
yeah. So they take pictures, and you see like just that big arena. It's just empty, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Hmm.
like as far as right now, they have to confine their space to like smaller arenas. Like maybe they'll start getting more shit out of it. I remember when I went to go see him in Austin one time with my friends. It was at the HEB Center, and that one it's a small arena, and it only has like the 100 section. That place sold out. Like it was a packed house, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, that's a good size. And then I went to Austin again with my brother and my fiance, and this was at the Moody Center, which is one located by like the UT campus, but that one's a lot bigger. And like the whole other section where the camera's at, like about like a
Empty.
third of it just empty. You know, it was still a great show, but it's they had to not put themselves in that predicament to where people just talk like all the shit about them. You know,
No, yeah, I feel like Tony Khan is like it's almost like he's treating it like it's a secondary show, and he should be treating it like as an equal
uh
if he
huh.
wants it to be just as successful. But he's basically making it seem, oh, watch, keep an eye on Ring of Honor to see if your favorite AEW star shows up over there. You know, it's just
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
like before the main show on the 0 hour, like he was saying, "Oh, we got the best wrestlers in the world over here," and that's all he was saying. It's like, bro, you're not really doing much to make me give a shit.
yeah,
You know, as much as that's shitty saying that, but it's I fuck, dude, I don't care. Like I'll watch it because it's wrestling to see what it is, but you're not giving me a reason to give a fuck.
yeah. And then it kind of reminds me of like Disney promoting their Marvel TV shows by saying, "Oh, Spider-Man might show up in it, or Scarlet Witch, or
Oh
one of
my
your
god,
favorite,
yeah,
Captain America. Like one of your movie stars might show up in our TV show.
yeah.
You
It's
better
like
watch it."
there's so much of your favorite thing that it's just not over redundant, but there's just overflow of content that
Yeah.
you're just like, fuck, this is overwhelming. I'm just gonna stick to what I know at this point.
Speaking of what we know, and I don't know. I know we were talking about movies, and I think we were. I said the Marvel universe, and we were talking about Von Erichs earlier. I know
Yeah.
they just had the Iron Claw movie, like red carpet, go down. I don't
Oh
know if it's come
man,
out yet. I don't know if it's come out yet, but I know they had like a premiere of
it's
it.
it's coming out on December 22nd. I know
Mhm.
because I am waiting to see this movie.
And I know that Studio A24 does really good stuff. I know they're about to do a film of Death Stranding.
Oh
That
really?
yeah, that game by Hideo Kojima. And
The Amazon delivery simulator.
yeah, yeah, the delivery suit, the world we live in, it predicting the future. But this Iron Claw, Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, biopic about the Von Erich wrestling family. Zac Efron looks like he did a lot to prepare for the part. He looks good.
He looks like he did a really good job playing Jeremy
Yeah,
Allen White. Isn't that the dude that played Kick Ass?
this dude,
Yeah.
he doesn't look like the
Or
dude who
maybe I'm
played
thinking
Kick
of
Ass.
someone else. I'm probably thinking of someone else. Never mind.
Uh,
No, not now that I see the picture, it doesn't look like him.
yeah, this guy looks
I'm
older than
retarded.
that dude. And I mean, everyone looks, good in this
Uh-huh.
movie. This guy here played Bruiser Brody.
Dang. I
And
can
he
see
came
it.
up. He came dressed up to the fucking
I like that
premiere.
shirt, man. I fucking love that.
And MJF played one of the brothers, I think, right?
I don't know what his role was in the movie. I know he had a hand in producing it, no?
Yeah, it says here wrestlers Ryan Nemeth and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who played Gino Hernandez and Lance Von Erich, joined director Sean Durkin on the red carpet. So he played one of the brothers, I guess.
Oh, okay, okay.
And
Interesting.
uh, and then all the Von
Yeah,
Erichs
yeah,
attended.
the one in the middle, that was Kevin Von Erich. He's the last one, like surviving, like out of the brothers.
Man,
Man, because I was always hear my dad talk about the Von Erichs and stuff like that, and then I saw the Dark Side of the Ring episode with the Von Erichs. Man, it's heartbreaking, man. It's
yeah,
really fucking sad.
no, it
So
is sad.
I feel like this movie's gonna make me fucking cry. I already know that.
And here's a chick with an invisible dude.
It's like some
Not
chick by herself. I don't know why she's there.
nah. John Cena looks like he's getting old.
I know, man. I know he still has muscle underneath that suit, but you can just tell he's just kicking back.
Yeah,
That's all
no,
that's
he's
important.
he's cruising. Yeah, but not I. Oh, and then Chavo Guerrero was the
The
movie's.
Sheik.
Yeah, he was the wrestling consultant, and he played the Sheik. Does
Uh
he look
huh.
like the Sheik? I don't see it.
I don't know. I guess tune in on December 22nd.
That's kind of misappropriating. Like everyone wants trans characters to be played by trans people. Why are they letting Chavo Guerrero play the Sheik? Like that doesn't sound right. And that's
CJ
CJ
Perry.
Perry. Gosh, he's hot, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and Liv Morgan. Oh, which we need to talk about Liv Morgan.
Oh, dude, I know, man.
Yeah, she
That's a
looks she
whole new
looks
story there.
she looks good here. Oh, and then Bruce Buffer has to show up, of course. He's a pimp.
Like Bruce
Uh
just showed up walking down the street. Like he was still dressed up and everything.
he just showed up and started saying his catchphrase, and everyone's like, all right, man, you get it.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
all right. Come on, it's time. It's time. Yeah, come on.
But I have here a clip of and this was speculating of MJF and John Cena talking to each other, and it really
Dang.
got like the people a buzz.
I put under my notes Cena AEW bound. Just fucking
Confirmed.
right. I know
He's
Cena AEW confirmed. And
he's
I
getting
just have a
ready for
line
Ring of
to it.
Honor.
That's fucking funny. What do you think they were talking about?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sure he's probably telling him, "Hey, man, your buddy CM Punk went over there. Your buddy Cody Rhodes is there. Like Samoa Joe ain't there anymore to bump you. We can get you in."
Was it Samoa Joe that fucked him up?
Well, wasn't it that one like little spot they always show where Samoa Joe's walking through the hallway and MJF is like a security guard?
Oh, that he like pushed him
He just
right,
like
like.
pushes him. Yeah, it's
Oh,
long
they
term
even recently,
storytelling.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Nah, I'm pretty sure they're. I mean, of course they're probably talking wrestling, but I think Cena was just like hyping him up, saying like, "Hey, you're doing like a badass job.
Oh yeah,
Uh, like you're killing it, kid. Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother."
keep it up, Buttercup. Don't say anything. Don't say Taiwan isn't a free state because then you'll have because then you'll have to learn Mandarin and apologize
I
for that
know
shit.
you have to talk about ice cream for the rest of your life.
Don't
All
fuck
right,
that up.
see you, kiddo.
And speaking of well, Liv Morgan was there. Here is her mugshot of her getting arrested. When was this? A couple of days ago, December 14th. So it was.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, she got arrested in Florida after a traffic stop. She was arrested for possession of marijuana and possession of drugs, possibly
How
synthetic
dare?
cannabinoid.
Oh
and she looks
no.
hot on her mugshot, dude. She is
Yeah.
one of those like hot
Nah,
mugshots.
she's just chilling, man. You know, she's already stoned right there, man. Shit, whatever. I was like, man, it's retarded getting arrested for weed. It's
Yeah,
so stupid.
especially
This
in these days and times. Like,
and
come
it's
on,
I was like, and in Florida of all fucking places, that's the last thing you gotta worry about, man. That's like a fucking whole drug cartel shit with cocaine and I don't know, black tar.
And then
I
with
would
like
assume.
and whatever that alligator drug is that turns people into zombie alligators and shit.
Oh, it turns out alligator, you throw them into Wendy's drive-throughs. I don't know, Florida man. I feel like you gotta make a Florida man law, like instead of worrying about fucking marijuana.
Dude, Florida's fucking weird. And I remember didn't it happen? I don't know if it happened in Florida, but with what's her name? Not Sonya Blade. That's a Mortal Kombat character. No,
Oh, Deville.
yeah, Sonya Deville when she was caught with like a possession of a firearm, uh,
Yeah, but it's
and
just like my
arrested.
dude. Like,
But it's like she's been stalked for years or whatever. Like,
yeah, they tried breaking into her house. I think was it her and Mandy Sachs or Mandy Rose?
yeah, whoever she was like
Yeah,
in a feud with, she was like having a girls' night out with, and the
yeah.
stalker tried to break
It was
in.
Mandy Rose. I think it was
Yeah,
her. I remember that because they said someone came in and it's like you're gonna fucking arrest her because she's has something to defend herself from
yeah,
fucking horny men. Like,
from
God forbid, you know? Fuck out of here. I'm over here. Oh, I'm working myself a two shoot. No. He's
the
living like a
laws on
bird. Ah!
the laws on the side of the horny men.
Dude,
Uh,
it's honestly it's crazy, man. But it's marijuana. I don't care. I
yeah,
was like, I thought she did something fucking terrible, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
it's all right.
nothing, nothing, nothing.
So
Speaking of horny men, we're talking about CM.
I don't know
Everyone's
what you're
horny
talking
for
about.
CM Punk. Everyone's horny for CM Punk.
Oh
Here's a clip of
shit.
him backstage at what was it? Backstage at AEW to
Oh, it was at a
encourage Cora
deadline.
Jade. Okay, let's take a look
Yes.
at this.
Cora, I'm sorry.
What do you want?
I just had one more question for you. So everyone's seen the video of you meeting CM Punk for the first time.
Yeah,
How do you feel now that he's back in WWE?
I
He's
like
just
I just
back
should
there.
have get it back. He's just
Well,
there like
and
looking at
the best in the world and the best in NXT returned to NXT in the same day. In all seriousness, I will say in my own personal the perfect day.
Okay,
Also,
like
I
hyping himself up.
being a professional wrestler.
I'm
So
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I don't know if you were going to ask another question again, but if I could, really quick, look at me.
Yeah.
Legit,
okay,
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
Oh,
You should be very proud
Oh
of
man.
yourself. Often,
that's sweet.
I feel like I need to be stepping on the gas and I don't stop and smell the roses. So you should do that. This is your house now. You should be very proud of yourself, and April's proud of you too.
Thank you.
Aw.
I don't like it
that's
when women
sweet.
cry, but you should 100% bring it in.
Thank
He
you.
loves it when men cry.
I'm proud
I
of you.
know. I hate when women cry. Do you
Proud of
want me to
yourself.
give you a reason to cry?
I love you, Leo. Do you?
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
But all honesty though, man, this shit makes me so fucking happy. He just looks happier
Okay.
to be there.
Yeah, especially like
Just
that they it seems like the majority of them like I don't know what 90% welcomed him back with open arms, you know.
And
So
then
that's
the two
always a good
percent is
feeling.
Rollins.
Rollins and McIntyre
Yeah. Ah!
just there with his sword with Heather or Marissa, I don't know what his name the
Oh, the
sword.
sword. Oh, yeah, they had a fucking name.
There's a name
I don't remember.
I don't
I
know.
don't.
If you
But
know
no,
the name of the sword in the comments, leave it down below.
I
No.
don't know what's the name of Drew McIntyre's sword. Let us know, all two of y'all listening. It's just gonna be time to get in the comments. Oh, it was actually this Lorenzo.
I know it's a weird like
Mary
Merida.
Bell, Mary
Yeah.
Bell, Mary Beth. I don't know.
Mo-
Nah,
but
but
no,
you
it's
know,
good seeing CM Punk happy, you know.
I know, man. It's a change of pace. You see, him taking pictures with Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, and I think it was Nikita Lyons recently that he's just spending a lot of time there at the performance center. You can just tell he just looks happy, to just train people. Or like just to give advice, just to talk and shit,
I'm a little fucking snippy. That's fine. I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired. And I work with fucking children. I'm sorry if I'm a little fucking snippy. That's fine.
God.
You don't think he's old and tired?
And I work with fucking children. I'm sorry if I'm a little fucking snippy.
Man, when that shit happened, that was so crazy, my guy. I really don't. This shit was overwhelming in general. This could be like a whole nother video itself, man. I just recently saw the video. I don't know if you saw it, but Wrestling with Regrets video about CM Punk's time in AEW.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, he just uploaded it a few days ago, but it's a really good watch. And I'm watching it, and I just felt like super fucking overwhelmed with like everything he was going over. But just the fact, it's just crazy. Like, I feel like there's better leadership at WWE than compared to AEW. Definitely. Like, I know there's, how they said there's locker room leadership, whatever, and stuff. But I feel like, especially since Triple H took over, like, him being like the go-to guy, like everyone's more vocal, more open with each other. Like everyone's just on the same page. Where it's like, you see shit like, oh, like, Rollins fucking freaking out, like, fuck you, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, whatever. I'm gonna kill you. Ah! But, like, when they talk to him, he's like, look, even though I don't like the guy, like, I'm gonna do my best to act professional. Like, whatever we need to get done, we're gonna get it done out there. And I feel like that's the mindset to have, but it's, like, with him being mad here, you have this, well, I don't want to say brand new company, but they've only been around for like 5 years, I think.
AEW.
Like they're still trying to get up on their feet. So you got a bunch of guys trying to make a big name for this. So of course a lot of people are going to be fucking hard headed too, and just fucking like ego hungry. Like they want to add to their stock, and it's like you understand to an extent, but it's like there needs to be some sense of control, and I don't think Tony Khan had it. I feel like he's just a wrestling fan with a lot of money.
No, they've said it's like the inmates running the prison over there. And I feel like even now with Endeavor buying WWE, it's almost like a whole new company, even though it isn't. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of changes,
It's just something, like, you're right on that. It's something that feels different, but nothing's really changed,
Yeah. It feels more professional almost, even though it was not that it wasn't professional before, but it feels like it's got a more of a polish to it now, even more.
Yeah, like they're actually bringing in like viewers and stuff like that. Like
they're
out of that
stadiums all the time.
Man, they're out of that fucking rut where it's like what was it, like 2016, where it was like just shit every week.
Yeah.
Like that shit was overwhelming, man. But I think they're doing a good job. It's like it all leads back to just like promotion. They're doing pay-per-views like out of states this time, and selling on no matter where they go, because they're doing it in countries that they don't really go to.
They should follow back with this storyline, I think.
This is the moment people all over the world are talking about. Where professional wrestling, I tracked him down outside security.
Next thing you know, he comes at me, pops me, and my glasses go flying, and I go down to the ground.
Watch closely now. You can see some fans heckling the superstar. Then you see Schmidt right behind him.
Did you touch him at all? No, not at all.
You know what's crazy? He didn't touch him.
No, right? It was someone else that touched him, and
it was fucking someone behind him that reached around and touched him like that, and then he ended up getting the fucking brunt of it.
And I think even the fan who did touch him was like, "Oh shit, that could have been me." Like
I know, it was like, thank God that wasn't me. It was like, you motherfucker, like you asshole.
Long-term storytelling, I'm telling you.
Damn, what if that was MJF who tapped him?
He's gonna end up being the devil, whoever is under this mask.
It's the lead singer from AFI, because they played AFI that one time.
Oh, follow, dude, follow. Oh, follow.
Swallow. I don't even think that's. Wait, I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know. I just got a song stuck in my head at this point.
Okay, I know we were talking about podcasts earlier, and even on like the red carpet for the Iron Claw, you had who took that video was Chris Van Vliet. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I'm not sub to them, but I do watch their videos
Here's
once
a
in a
file
while.
picture of him. I'm pretty.
That looks.
This is the first picture
that
that
looks
pops
AI
up.
generated.
This is the
Why
first
does that
picture.
look generated? Oh my god!
It just cracked me up when I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
let me have a picture of him at least." This is the first picture that pops up of him.
It's like there's a fucking website where it's like I don't know the name of it, but it's like it generates of people that don't exist in real life.
Uh huh.
Have you ever seen that? It's like
No, no.
they don't exist.com. So every time you hit enter or some shit, it
Don't
generates like
exist.com.
it just generates a fucking person that supposedly doesn't exist out there in the world. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. This is kind of doing it. I feel like like Chris's fucking photos will pop up on that. Like
He
this
looks
photo
like
specifically.
they like one of the trial runs of Ryan Seacrest, and they like fucked up like the fourth time, and then they're like, okay, we almost got this right. Let's try it 3 more times.
He was the fucking runner up and shit. Oh my god.
But speaking about him, he's got a podcast. Seems like everybody's got a podcast. We've got a podcast. That's okay, favorite Mondays. But I was gonna ask you what you really like listen to as far as like wrestling podcasts or stuff
Man,
like that.
I used to be
Entertainment.
really into oh my god, I'm not subscribed to them anymore. Oh, Sam Not Sam. He's he's a dorky little guy, curly hair. He kind of talks like this every time he interviews people.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know how to describe him. But he does good interviews, and I sub to him. But then after a while, he just went to doing I think he just stopped doing because he's actually part of the company now, like with WWE. Because I think every time they do the panels, like the pre-show, they have like the table, and then fucking Booker T does that shucky ducky quack quack bullshit, whatever. And like he's there sometimes. Like if we ever watch a pay per view, I'll point him out to you. But I used to like his Chris Jericho's podcast. I'm a fan of mainly because it's a mixture of wrestling, wrestling, and just a whole bunch of other shit like metal music and just a bunch of other shit I do like, the January 6 riots, the usual things, just girl things.
They're all in the same category. No, they're all
Um,
good.
YouTube, it's Up Up Down Down. I've always been a fan of Xavier Woods' channel. As a fact, that's playing right now, like just on mute. I have it on in the background. They're playing Uno. He's been uploading his Uno series again. And that series got me through COVID, man. This shit is so funny. I miss the party so much. What about you? What have you been keeping up with as far as wrestling?
Well, I'll listen mostly to Jim Cornette's podcast. That's what I'll listen to because it's just hilarious to me the way he's a lot really spot on when it comes to it as far as my own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I know Booker T's podcast is all right. Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch is all right.
Mm-hmm.
Cafe de Rene with Rene Dupree's all right. Kurt Angle's is pretty good. They're all just kind of like all right, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And then I don't know if you know on Patreon, Undertaker has a podcast called 6 Feet Under, and that one's
I
pretty
thought that
good.
was like a one-off time thing. I didn't know he was actually going through with it.
Yeah, it's like $6 or $7 or $8 a month, and you get the video podcast on. It's only on Patreon, and I've been watching that like every Sunday, and it's pretty interesting the stories he tells.
I
He's
know
only had
for
like 3
being a
episodes
dead
though.
man, like it's crazy, like
Yeah.
shit he's probably seen, like good booking.
His jaw's just falling apart as he speaks. And I remember. Do you remember when Dax Harwood had a podcast from FTR?
No, I don't. He
So
stopped it.
yeah, so he had a podcast, and I remember it was called FTR Family Tequila and Wrestling or something, right? And he
Uh-huh.
had a podcast, and it went on for like a few episodes at least. I think, what did it say, 14? No, 17 episodes. And then the AEW locker room started complaining about it. And so he stopped the podcast.
What?
Yeah, it said here, I never wanted you to hate me so much. Adding that while he knew him and his co-host would ruffle feathers by saying certain things, like, oh, I don't think we should be doing this in the business and that. I thought, they wanted the show to do good for wrestling, but he thought it was just doing worse, Uh, so yeah, that's why he stopped the
Man,
podcast, which
I never
that
heard about
sucks.
that.
Yeah, it was like it was a good podcast, but they stopped because everyone thought he was like it was like he was being too honest, and
Like
it
he
was
was
just like
venting. Oh,
yeah, and it
boo
was just
hoo.
yeah,
Like, man,
exactly.
fuck out of here. That goes back to
Yeah.
the ego shit, man. It's like
Mhm.
they have a huge fucking head on their shoulders.
Especially with how good he's proven himself with FTR, you know what I mean?
Exactly. He's one of the they're already one of the top tag teams there in the division. It's like he has some status to say his opinion, let alone. I mean,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
just
know.
thought that
It's
was
just big
bullshit.
heads, man. That's all it is. Big fucking heads.
And then I also wanted to tell you, have you ever heard of Kill Tony, the podcast?
Kill Tony? Like The
Yeah.
Sopranos?
No.
No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
have you heard of it's a comedy podcast, Kill Tony?
No, I sure haven't.
Okay, so long story short, Kill Tony is hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe, who's a comedian. He's friends with Joe Rogan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the podcast is essentially he gives he'll have a bucket of names. The name will get picked out, and a random comedian or person will come up, do 60 seconds of material, and then they judge them based on it, like either coach them or fucking what's the word? Roast them.
Uh-huh.
But on a episode of Joe Rogan, every time Joe Rogan has a wrestler on Joe Rogan's podcast, he brings Tony Hinchcliffe because Tony Hinchcliffe's a huge wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he had like Jake the Snake, he had Tony there. He had Ric Flair on, and he had Tony there, right? So they had planned to do a podcast, Tony Hinchcliffe and Ric Flair, called The Goat and the Pony, where I guess they were going to talk about his wrestling days and then just make fun of shit too,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, as long as it's going somewhere. Don't worry, this is going.
No, I'm
This is
listening.
not
I
an
got you,
AEW
man.
pay per view, but essentially they had Ric Flair on an episode of Kill Tony.
Oh no!
And they had
it's with fucking Shane Gillis.
Yeah, and the Legion of Skanks.
Okay.
And so they had an episode of him there, and I guess he didn't know what the show was about, and he got like really upset. But we'll watch the clip of this of him on Kill Tony.
Oh my God, this is so fucking boring. Holy shit. Ric Flair, can you please tell us a story?
Oh man.
You could tell Tony right there with the white shirt. He's like, man, I don't want to fuck this up with Ric Flair.
You are here with Ric Flair. You are a wrestling coach. How does it feel to have a performance like that in front of Ric Flair?
Fuck. No, hey. Actually, to be honest with you, I respect that very much. My son was a great amateur wrestler, and this is why.
Oh man.
This is why.
Real.
Come here, guys.
Oh man.
This is why I'm leaving after I say this. No, no.
Oh man, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment.
For people that take their time to support any youthful athletic event. My son was a great amateur wrestler.
All stressed.
He died of a heroin overdose.
Oh my God, dude.
I don't hear that. I'm over that. But anybody that can take time away from their life to support kids and make them better, because I can tell you right now, from personal experience, and because I believe it in my heart.
Oh no.
That's
You ever had Asian pussy?
What the fuck, dude?
What are the ages of the people that you're coaching, guy?
It's high school age, so ninth
You could
grade.
see Tony
Rick, don't
trying to
leave. Are you
save
really
this,
leaving,
but
Rick? Don't do it.
Oh no.
Thank you for all the respect.
We lost Ric Flair, everybody.
Oh man.
Thanks for doing this. I'll see you afterwards. No, you're good. You're good.
Nah, he's probably just taking off. Man, he's so fucking old.
you could just tell like he didn't know what the show was about. They like, just make fun of people all the time, and he's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Oh my god. That's bad, man.
Yeah.
Once he said, he's like, oh, I lost my son. I knew exactly where that was going at. I was like, oh no. I understand she's trying to be sentimental, but that's not the mood, my guy.
No,
That's
this
not
show's
it.
just about making fun of people, and he didn't get the memo at all.
Son of a fucking bitch, man.
But yeah, after that happened, I saw that like the Goat and the Pony, like there's no like date on it anymore. Like I don't think it's happening. So
Shit.
I feel
They
bad
just-
because I wanted to see it, like hear it the podcast, but yeah, I guess him seeing that was like, nah, I don't want to work with these people.
Oh man, I get it. I totally get it, but oh, man, I'm speechless just from how awkward that was. I just make it worse by playing the piano at the end too.
Yeah, just to fuck with him.
Oh
But
my god.
to lighten the mood with that, we'll do this.
Wings!
Wings!
I like how why does he close them so bad? Because he knows they look terrible.
Oh yeah, they do look like shit, huh? Look at that, all burnt and oh god.
Wings, wings. Oh my god, this sounds so stupid.
Speaking of burned out, and I don't know, we're gonna do some, what was it, oh my god, the no pop videos where we where we didn't have any pops, and I have a few here. We have this one, I think you had sent me, or I found of that Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
Let me reverse it. Everyone's all yeah, but it's like a basketball gymnasium and shit.
Oh man. What a rise and fall of a fucking current champion, dude. Fuck him too. What a piece of shit.
And he was like actual WWE champion, right?
Yeah, he had all the belts, I think. I think he was a Grand Slam champion, if I'm correct.
And he just did some bad stuff.
Crazy that him and Paige used to date, man. Like, remember that?
No, I
That
don't.
was like a big old scuffle. Yeah, they dated for like some time, and he opened up a restaurant here in San Antonio.
That's like a werewolf being a vampire and shit.
Yeah, like
It'll never work.
It was they have some restaurant. I forgot what it was, but I don't know if it's open anymore. But it was like a big opening, and my friend went. He said that Paige was there and like Del Rio was there. They're just like chilling in the restaurant because there was like a bunch of other wrestlers there too. And I don't know if it's still open today, but I'd be very surprised if it was, man.
Oh yeah,
this dude ain't making any money.
No, he should stick to the rivers and the lake too. How about this bad pop? I know I was saving this from the last episode of Enzo.
Man. Yes.
Let's talk about this dude in this oversized suit. I don't know why it's so big, but okay. This is very strange.
It's like his parents bought it from him. You'll grow into it, and he's still growing into it.
My mom would do that. She would buy me size 13 shoes, and I was actually like size 11, just in case I grew into it, so she wouldn't have to spend any more money to buy shoes.
God.
So my shoes always felt real big. I'd get blisters, but
OVW Davis Arena, please welcome your special guest enforcer for this match, the real one, Enzo.
Yeah.
Ah!
OVW Davis.
Why is that so bad?
Oh my god. Oh
That was
boy.
really bad. That was really
That's
bad.
fucking shitty. Jesus Christ. I felt that in my lower back. It made my body not move for like 10 seconds.
And speaking of finally on our no pop, if you recall this.
No! Kicks it! Oh my! Oh my God! Kick
I remember, dude, I remember watching this and I thought they were fucking joking.
I love how everyone has to sell it like it's this huge. Oh my god, it's
Like,
oh my god.
dude, like they tried their best to play it off because I think when they interviewed Kingston, he was saying that he thought a real explosion was going to happen, so that's why he reacted the way he did because he was overstressed, overstimulated, so that his body shut down. Okay, that makes sense. And then Kenny
Yeah.
Omega, he was saying, "Oh, like he thought I was really gonna put explosions, like he thought I was really gonna put explosions, like here and there, whatever. You're fucking dumb." And then you see reports Kenny Omega frustrated with ending to exploding barbed wire death match. Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, that was really bad. I remember I'm surprised that isn't brought up more often. How
dude.
that
Oh man, God bless their souls, dude.
no, but they really perfected the no pop there. But we were saying about Kenny Omega. I know this recently happened about him being out indefinitely.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think as of recording.
He has. Does he have what diverticulitis? Like legit, he has that.
Diverticulitis. Mm-hmm.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
what that is.
I don't either, but all the bumps he's taken and then all the exploding barbed wire shit he's been through, like I imagine,
Let's see. I'm gonna
it's
see
it's not
if I can
good.
Google it real quick.
It doesn't sound good.
An inflammation or infection in one or more small pouches in the digestive tract.
Oh, okay. That sounds like it's treatable then. Like you just need
Triggers.
antibiotics or something.
It says triggers. What triggers diverticulitis? B triggers. Not eating enough fiber. I guess.
That's narrowed it down. All right, yeah.
I sound like a fucking asshole, but shout out to Kenny Omega. I hope
I feel like he
speedy
eats
recovery, man.
he eats shit all the time when he fucking.
It's nothing but a gamer subs and G Fuel because he's sponsored in the fighting gaming community.
That's no fiber at all. No, that's just sugar.
Nah, but speed recovery to him, man. I know he fucking works his ass off. Like,
Yeah, no, he actually. I know Jim Cornette shits on him a lot, but from like his past to those wacky old matches, and I'm sure we'll look into that later on. But
yeah, we'll look into
yeah,
that.
but yeah, no, he's actually pretty good. Like I remember you hyping him for me about him, and I was like, oh yeah, no, he's actually pretty damn good. He's well built, and he's knows video games. You know, better than I feel. What's his name, Adam Cole, who just like jumped into it.
Oh man, dude, I love Adam Cole so much. But quick story: I went to go to a Ring of Honor show here in San Antonio with my brother, and the Elite was there. So it was like Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Cody when he was still there, and they were doing like meet and greets. And I was waiting in line to see Kenny Omega, but I was like the last person in line. And I guess their match was about to start, so they're like, "Hey, Kenny, come on, you gotta go." And I was like, "Fuck, man!" So I was all upset. And then he looks at me and the dude in front of us, and he's like bowing, you know. He's like, "I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I really do apologize, but like time permits me. Like, I have to do this." And like so apologetic and like professional and respectful. And I was just like, "Oh no, man! Like, go do what you got to do. Like, you're fine.
Yeah, you got a job to do."
But he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, well, like I will make this up to y'all." And I was just like, "No, like I just waited at a bad time. It's okay." But super fucking nice guy, like incredibly nice guy. So hopefully he recovers soon, or just take the time off that you need, man. You already done a lot.
I hope he is safe in all his future endeavors. And finally, we'll end with some botches.
Damn, what a sell!
At a wedding.
Hell yeah!
Pretty solid stunner.
He sold it, man. Good shit. I would have hooked the outside leg, but she's doing good. She's doing good.
You needed more middle finger in it.
I told Giselle that when we get married, I want her to come out to Stone Cold's theme song, and that instead of beer, we got cans of Liquid Death because it's just water, and then we smash them and drink them. Because I'm not trying to get beer on my fucking rental.
Canned water.
Shit.
That's so goofy to me. I never thought of canning water.
It's game changer, man.
Is it?
And honestly, I buy Liquid Death all the time, but it's the white can. It's just regular water. I'm a fucking sheep. That's what it is. It's like if water comes in a bag, I would drink that too. I'd be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever had in my life, man." I'm stupid.
They really need to can Capri Sun. I don't know why they haven't done like bottles of Capri Sun or cans. They just have the pouches.
Dude, that would be fucking sick, honestly.
Yeah. I would drink the shit out of Capri Sun.
If you go to your local dollar store, I'm pretty sure they got cans of Liquid Death there. I think it's like $1.50 or $2, something like that.
Dang, that's crazy. That literally what is that? A God-given element? Being sold in cans.
You're like, damn, Gabriel, you are retarded. I'd be like,
there was earth, wind, fire, water, and peace.
Water. And then the Fire Nation came. I put water in a can.
And we have a few botches here we could end on. Let's take a look.
Cassidy getting ahead of steam. Oh, no, he's got him up. Oh, no. Not this. Anything but this.
I like how he's struggling to keep him up.
Somebody's getting tired.
Is the pin, the ref.
Oh shit.
And that's the champion of AEW, Orange Cassidy.
I don't know, the international champion. Hell yeah,
okay.
dude. He deserves it, bro. Honestly. For this Oscar performance. Because of a fucking kiss. I just fucking love how everyone's like, "Oh!"
That's so funny.
Yeah, everyone's just like going crazy, and it makes me think like the ropes are like a fucking barrier of sound where Orange Cassidy can't get up. It's a fucking ref's sneeze. Oh man, I love wrestling.
Let's take a look at this one. The Taylor Swift fans finding out about her song. I don't know why this made me laugh.
I used to love this song. But it was like, oh man, I can't even say what it says. But every time, because it was on Guitar Hero, and I would play it on Guitar Hero all the time, and it's like, oh, sounds good. And then one time, Giselle and I were coming home from Arizona, and I was playing my classic rock playlist. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I love this song because I love the intro, like the guitar and shit." And then it gets to like the second chorus, and it gets very homophobic. Like she's always just like, "Did it say that?" And I was like, "No." And then I listen, I'm like, "Great, now I gotta take this off my fucking playlist." And, like I was so upset, dude. I was like, "God damn it! I never knew it happens. Like, why would you?" Like, I guess they would just cut it off, you know, because they made a 4-minute song, but the real song's like 7 minutes or something.
Man, I know I would feel the same way about like Spice Girls songs where I'd sing them as a kid and then hearing the lyrics later, I'm like, oh, this is about sex.
I know. That was me with the 50 Cent.
Yeah, oh, this is dirty. I used to sing this song as a kid. It didn't sound dirty.
Ooh,
when
it's stinky. That's what lollipop meant? Oh.
Yes. No, speaking of our childhood, let's see this video of Kurt Angle being our Xbox Live chat.
I want to have sex with your wife. I'm not a very big fan of the black people. And I'm a man who loves to play with boys. Bestiality.
Oh shit.
Bestiality. Oh shit.
I love Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's fucking great.
Man, American treasure, broken freaking neck.
Man, the 3 eyes.
Intelligent,
integrity, and in
bestiality. Yeah.
diverticulitis. Lastly, we have
die. Go ahead.
No, lastly we have this last botch, and I just want to point out: is this dude wearing like a thong or something? Like
I was thinking the same fucking thing when you said this to me.
He's wearing some sort of man thong or something to keep the glass out of his tender parts. I don't know.
Oh my god!
But we'll play this clip here.
Why? And that fucking air horn, dude. That is so annoying. Jesus Christ.
No, I don't understand these bumps and like look at all the refs there just to see like, all right, are y'all okay? You know, like 4 or 5 different refs, and it's like, what was the
1, 2, 3. Like, you're okay? They're like, no, I just fell through glass, man. You don't have. They don't have to, man. They really don't.
No,
I understand. There's a fucking like a niche for it. It's not for me. It really isn't.
And then that's probably not even the end of the match. They probably go on for another fucking 5 minutes.
And it's like, do you do a fucking super kick in the ring, and then you go outside and set up this fucking diabolical playhouse, or is this already preset before the fucking match starts? That's what I really want to know.
Dude, it doesn't make any sense like to a match, but whatever. What do we know? What do we know? We're just wrestling fans.
I'm just working myself into a shoot, brother.
I'm just an ex-employee trying to get my back pay.
I'm just an advocate. I'm just an advocate.
But on that note, I want to thank you all for listening to That's All Kayfabe. Gabe, what do you have coming up? Anything you want to say?
Nothing much, man. Holidays are coming up. I'm gonna just try to catch up on sleep. Honestly, that's all I really want to do.
What is it? Don't forget to breathe.
Oh yeah, sleep apnea.
Try to keep breathing while sleeping.
But thank you everybody for the support. Thank you guys for watching this episode with us, and we'll get back at it next week.
Hell yeah! I want to thank you all for listening to That's All Kayfabe. You can find it anywhere podcasts are available. Just search That's All Kayfabe. You can see us on YouTube on Mondays on the channel youtube.com/@Lorenzo But yeah, I want to thank you all for listening to again. Take care. Have a great holidays or weekdays or whatever you celebrate. See y'all later.
Later.